What is up, guys? We are back from Myrtle Beach, and we ended up with something that we did not plan for, and kind of surprised that we ended up with. So we went down to Myrtle Beach Bike Week, first show. It was the V-Twin Visionary show, and we're vending that. So, wretchedclothing.com. We put up our booth and did all that, and of course it was rain the whole time. But during the show, something happened. We actually came away with something. Super killer trophy. But we got best Dyna. What in the world? So when we built this Dyna, we did not build it with any type of show or trophies or anything in mind. Honestly, one of our best-selling designs is miles over trophies, because the whole idea is to ride your stuff, and that's what we do. Unfortunately, we don't get to ride to shows as much as we would like because we have the merch truck, but we rode this down. The wife met us with a truck, and we were able to come away with this really cool and unique best Dyna trophy from V-Twin Visionary. But let's hop on the bike, go for a ride, and tell you what this bike is actually intended for and how she's doing. Alright guys, so yeah, in Myrtle Beach we won a bike show. That was pretty cool, and there wasn't a lot of Dynas there was like 4 or 5, and so it was pretty cool to have the best Dyna there. That was awesome. But that is not what this bike is built for. I never planned for it to win a show. It's really cool that it happened, but let's break down the Dyna, especially if you don't know. Now, if you don't know this bike, I'm going to try to link up a card up top, and I'll link the the playlist in the description. But we built this bike last fall, but we really didn't start building it till the winter, and we wanted it to be ready. Hold on. You got to do that. So we built the bike to be ready for Daytona, and we made it. It wasn't 100% finished, but we made it. But I wanted a booth bike, something that I could be proud of and happy, so that we could show off our gloves, since they have magnets on them and they can hold from the tank, bar bags, saddle bags, whatever products we have that work for a motorcycle. I wanted to be able to show them off, and I wanted a cool bike for the booth. But even more than that, I had a vision for this bike an entire year before I even started, way before we even had the canvas, which was the stock bike. So this bike started out as a 2008 anniversary lowrider. It was or I guess it still is, number 676 of 2000. Is it a desirable anniversary? Well, I guess that's up to you. I don't think it is, but I'm sure in time, maybe it will be, or maybe it would have been. But it was that Duracell orange and black, kind of copperish, and I just wasn't really digging it, and I didn't really care. The bike was mostly clean, and I just needed a canvas to paint this picture. Now we went with what is technically kind of like Concord purple. That's a Harley color. I'm not 100% sure if the shade is perfect, but the color is perfect for me. We also went with the Saddleman fairing and seat because I saw this fairing 2 years ago and I wanted to build that. I love how the lines fit perfect with the tank. I'm not a big fairing guy on smaller bikes. I kind of like them to be stripped down. But the purpose we built this bike for, it fits. It fits the size, the lines, everything. And then of course we went with a Sawicki exhaust. I really dig their style. They came out with this RT exhaust that I just think is phenomenal. It sounds good, looks good. I love it. Bars and risers. Ration Supply actually had a sale, so I picked up the riser because I will say, you know, MSRP is a little high, but it's made in America, so that's good also. And what kind of pushed me for that is these bikes have an integrated dummy light right here, and it's integrated into the riser. It sucks. So I was able to find this bracket that works perfect with these risers, plus the sail. Had to do it. Now, we are using a Ration Supply handlebar, and I love those. I love their handlebars. I think the price is right, quality is great, and I love the angle of the bar. We threw a chain kit on it. The motor is stock, and that's kind of for a reason. This bike, in my opinion, was built to be like OEM plus. It's not actually supposed to be anything radical. It was supposed to be, in its purest form, what you would want off the showroom from Harley Davidson. Like if you got to go through the catalog and pick a la carte what your bike would be, in my opinion, that's what this is. Suspension, we went with Legends. 14 to the rear, 2 overs to the front, coupled with the TC Bros 2-inch longer fork tubes. Brakes is still stock. We've had a couple ideas for that, but we haven't executed anything. We have a Thundermax tuner on it, just in case you want to go bigger later. That's the way to go. Now we did order a 110 big bore kit for this, but I'm not too sure I want to go through that whole process. Because honestly, it rips like it is now. It's got plenty of get up and go, but it doesn't have so much torque or so much power that you can't just mat the throttle and it get kind of out of shape for you. Now granted, the longer I keep it, the more likely I am to change that. And that's okay. But again, this bike was built to just kind of be like OEM plus. I like those style of bikes. And honestly, I'm in love with it. This bike was built to be kind of like a 4-hour ripper. Like that's as far as you would go to travel. Not that you can't go further, but when you have a bagger in the garage, let's be honest, you're not going to take this over the bagger if you're taking a super long trip. So that last trip we just took, actually there was 2 trips just taken on this bike. One by me and one by my friend Taylor, who is Ink and Asphalt on YouTube. I'll try and link her YouTube down in the description below. She took it to the Outer Banks, which is like a 3.5 hour ride for the booty run. She's my height. She probably sits up a little bit taller because she sits straight up and I slouch. But the control, handlebar, and fairing combination is pretty much perfect for both of us. She rode it to the beach. Honestly, that was its ideal ride. We rode 3.5 hours, an easy trip to be able to get off work, hop on the bike, and run to the beach. And then the next day, we did a group ride with a bunch of friends, and they were pretty much, I think it was 60 bikes, pretty much all performance club style guys. And it was a great ride. It was aggressive, it was nice, it was near the beach. It wasn't as aggressive as it could have been, of course, because at the beach, there's a lot of traffic, and there was a lot of cars and stuff. All right, we're full of gas. Let's get back on the road. But yeah, so she kind of had exactly what the bike was designed to do. It wasn't the most aggressive ride because it was just way too many people. And a lot of 2-lane roads, beach roads, but it was a lot of fun. So basically 3.5 hours there, group ride, hanging out, mobbing at the beach, and then 3.5 hour ride the next day to go home. Nice and easy. So basically I did the same thing last weekend. Rode to Myrtle Beach, which was 4 hours. I got off work, mobbed straight to the beach. Now there wasn't any riding there, and there just isn't, which is fine. But we had the bike show, won the trophy, best Dyna, that's really cool. And then we mobbed home. Now unfortunately, mobbing home, we rode in the rain, but it is what it is, it's okay. But that is what this bike was designed to do. I live kind of right in the middle of the mountains and the water, or the ocean I should say. So I'm in North Carolina, and I can go 3.5 hours or so and be at the beach. And even less than that, I could probably be in the mountains, but I could definitely be deep in the mountains in about 3.5 hours. So you have like a mob to the beach, enjoy the ocean, kind of ride right by the water, have a nice cool bike to do so. Or you can go the other way, hit the mountains and hit some super twisty roads. And with the suspension and the chain kit on this thing, you can really ride hard, but it's not too powerful to where it gets you out of shape way too quickly. So we're at a point where we can really review basically everything that we've done with this bike. I've put a good amount of miles. I've done some different riding with it. I've had a friend ride it. She crushed it riding this thing. She rides really well and has the same style I do. So it's about time for me to do a bunch of reviews on parts and different setups for this bike. I want to get your opinion. What is kind of the perfect bike for you? I think this is the perfect everyday / weekend getaway bike. We have our saddlebags on there, so I can take a few things with me. Especially if it's a weekend trip, we can make that happen pretty easily. So comment down below, what is your perfect weekender bike? Would you take a Dyna like this and take a little trip? Are you full bagger all the time? Or maybe you're just not taking a trip regardless. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Definitely comment down below. Just hit us up, say hello. We definitely have some new subscribers as of late, so I'd love to hear from you. I appreciate all of you, of course. I'm very excited about how this bike turned out. We might do a full breakdown video for this bike. If you would like to see that, comment down below. Do you want to see a full breakdown, or do you want to just go straight into reviewing the different things that we have on this bike? I know we get so many questions about the fairing and how we like it and all that kind of stuff, so I know that's probably going to be the #1 video we need to do. But we'd love to see you out there riding on the highway. If you ever see us out and about, definitely say hello. And as always, keep it wretched.